Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
It is 7:31, 53 degrees outside. Pretty nice morning out there. Going to be a hazy day, according to the forecast.
Oh, yeah?
With smoke again.
Oh, really? Man.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yes.
You ever think we'd be talking about smoke and haze?
No. Well, I remember being at state track, and we were dealing with that. In fact, I think... What did they call an air quality advisory, or was it even a warning? But you know what I'm talking?
Yeah.
It was right around state track, and just crazy.
Yeah, it's all these fires that are happening in magnitude. I mean, huge, and they've just been going all summer. Canada and other places, so they've got that warning out again. Actually, a suggestion that you might want to watch, see if it gets too heavy. It's not very good for you if it gets very heavy. But pretty nice day. Good weather. What is with Mother Nature? Just teasing yesterday. I think the airport got 1/100th of an inch. We got a trace from a little teeny shower here and there. We were coming home yesterday, drove through some rain. It was real encouraging, and then it lasted about 2 minutes, and it was over. It's just teasing us. Yeah,
yesterday, I think there were a few comments among the staff here. If it's going to be cloudy all day, just rain.
Yes, exactly.
Just take off and rain, please.
No,
but it didn't, unfortunately.
Not very much anyway at all. Just enough to make you wonder what Mother Nature is thinking. What is she up to next?
I don't know.
Hurricanes again down in Florida.
Man, yeah.
Rolling in. And hitting a warm ocean and really firing it up, so they're not sure exactly how bad that's going to get. So, again, right here in the center of the country, pretty good place to be. Now,
yes,
I didn't get to listen to the breakfast show yesterday. I could have, because all you have to do is download the free app on KBBN or KCNI, and you can listen to the show. I'm just going to ask you to be honest.
Yeah.
Village people? Was there any village people yesterday?
You know what? I actually went to the staff. I'll be honest, I was very self-conscious doing the show yesterday. It was a struggle, to be honest, because the last time I sat at the controls and played music, basically made the selections myself. Mm-hmm. I kind of got, I don't know if reprimanded would be the correct term, but you were either listening or word got back to you and you weren't pleased. So I was very self-conscious about picking the music yesterday. So I basically requested the advice and got selections from the rest of the staff. So Jeremy was picking music.
That's probably all right.
Shannon wasn't here. Kristen refused to pick a song. And then we finally let Christy pick a song. So
Bon Jovi?
No. She picked, I believe it's a contemporary Christian music group that she selected, and we played a song called Banks, which was good. Very good song.
At least it was something different than what she usually
requests.
Yeah.
Well, I think that she was trying very hard to make it different, because Jeremy basically said, oh, great, it's either going to be an 80s song or Garth Brooks. So
she went the alternative route.
Yeah, but No, I think you would have even been okay with the music that was played yesterday. We had a very laid-back day.
Good.
Yesterday. Probably the highlight of the show was Leanne Rimes' birthday yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked Jeremy if he'd like to take a guess on how old Leanne Rimes was.
Right.
And his answer was 61.
What?
So that was kind of the highlight of the show.
61.
Yes. She's 41.
I was going to say she's 40 maybe.
Yeah, 41.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. Well, Joan and I went down to Lincoln, and thanks for filling in because we'd been really looking forward to the concert with the Black Keys, which is at Pinewood Park at Lincoln. Mm-hmm. Really great place to go to a concert. And we were kind of the grandma and grandpa of the crowd. I mean, there were some other folks closer to our age, but a majority was younger people because the Black Keys are in their 40s.
Yeah.
And it was kind of fun to watch everybody have a great time. It was one of those shows where everybody stood up from the time they started playing until they quit. Fortunately, we were out on the edge, and the couple of young guys that were sitting by us were laid back, and Jason was his name, and a very interesting young man. Got to know him pretty good. But we could see without standing up, so we didn't have to stand up the whole time. But
nice.
About 98% of them just stood up right when the first song started, and they never sat down.
Yeah.
And they do that a lot with, I mean, I've seen it at Springsteen many times. They don't sit down the whole show. And usually, somewhere along the line, they'll play a slow song and people will sit down. But, well, first of all, they didn't play that many slow songs, but it was fun to watch. And the last time we were there, we went down to see Tedeschi Trucks Band, and we ran into some folks who used to, Jason was his name, and he was a soundboard man when we used to do the Blues Fest.
Oh, yeah.
So this time we go down, we're standing around, we look over, and there's two more guys that we knew from the Blues Fest that were there.
Nice.
Dan and Elliot, and had a nice visit with them. So just a suggestion, if you go to a concert in Lincoln, expect to see somebody you know. But it was kind of cool to see those guys. We hadn't seen them for a long time.
Oh, good.
But we were the grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
We sat with another couple on a picnic table because the opening band was, it was awful.
Oh, oh boy. Well, sometimes that makes the headliner just better.
Well, it did because they were so bassy and loud that it was just. I'm going to sound old here, but it just wasn't. The couple that we met that was about our age were sitting at the picnic table, and she says, my husband's down front trying to be cool, but I don't think he's going to stay a real long time. And up he came, and he said, they were okay, but they were, and they even the young people were sitting beside us. They go, I don't suppose you come to see these guys, did you? So that was a lot of fun. So thanks for filling in. We appreciate it very much.
We got through the day.
Yeah.
The place is still standing.
It's all here. Wasn't almost standing before I left.
Now, did you get your sharpening done? Because I heard a little blurb that was part of the reason you were taking yesterday off, and why I had to come in and fill in.
Well, could have been back for the breakfast show, but this past weekend mowed the lot around here in the yard. Just
it looks nice. It really does.
Yeah, but it's not as sharp as it's not manicured like it should be. And so yesterday we took time to sharpen the blades.
I see.
So
okay. Well, I hope you got that done.
Sometimes when we have time, I'll tell you about an experience we had yesterday. We had an appointment at 1:30 in Grand Island yesterday, so we went to that. It's a system where you take your passports and Joan filled out a questionnaire early, and you go through this process. And so when you get to an airport, this would be only in the United States airports, but you can bypass having to take your belt and your billfold, and there's a express line, they call it, and if you've been pre-approved with your passport and so forth, you don't have to go through all that.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's not terribly expensive, and if you hate anything about airports, it's one of the things you got to undress halfway to get into the plane.
Yeah, and it's been a long time since I've flown anywhere.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know what to do in an airport now.
Yeah. Well, it's different.
Yeah.
But to get pre-approved by this, the young man who took us through the process yesterday, and we had to get fingerprinted and passport and a few questions, and I think Mike Steckler mentioned somebody that was kind of what he described as flippant.
Oh, yeah. Had one of those, did you?
Yeah, I really don't want to be here, and I want to make you feel as dumb as I can.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, always enjoy working with those people.
Kind of mumbled to himself, and he kind of picked his fingers when you were trying to get your fingerprints.
Kind of treated it like you weren't an annoyance.
Yeah, it was kind of like he really didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But it was. Joe and I laughed all the way home. It was quite entertaining.
But you got done what you needed done.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have to wait in line. You kind of get an express trip through the airport.
Yeah, I think it's going to be worth it.
Good.
Because traveling by plane anymore is, in my estimation, horrid. I mean, it's just, the flying's fine.
Yeah.
It's
getting on the plane.
Yeah, God. Ever since 9/11, it's worse. And on the other hand, they have not had a lot of problems since they went through all the changes and safety checks and so forth. But I don't know, there's something about taking your shoes and your belt and then I don't know. So anyway, but if you haven't done it in Grand Island, which is one of the only few spots in Nebraska you can do it, just get ready, because you're going to feel real dumb when you're answering any questions. You got to, 20-something there.
Yeah.
Oh, it was funny. All right. International Day Against Nuclear Tests.
Oh.
Declared by the United Nations in 2009, the resolution calls for an end to nuclear weapons testing around the world. Now, I'm not sure that's going to work with one of our presidents called Rocket Man over there in Korea.
Oh.
He likes testing quite a bit, so I don't see that happening. Here's a good one. National Chop Suey Day.
Ah, chop suey.
But most of us think it's Chinese, right?
Yeah, probably.
That it was created in
where
China.
my mind would go.
Yeah. It was invented in San Francisco in the 1800s by Chinese-American cooks.
Ah.
The name chop suey means little pieces.
Ah, I've never had chop suey.
Nor have I.
Yeah.
Elliot Gould is 85 today.
Oh, actor.
Played in Ocean 11 franchise. Actually, he goes back a long ways. He was in a lot of really great movies, clear back into, I think, the 70s, maybe 60s. And he's still acting. He's playing in that Netflix series, The Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh, really?
Now.
Yeah. He was Ross and Monica's dad.
Yes, he was.
On Friends.
On Friends. That's right. Let's see, 85. And I got one more, I think. Brian Chesky. That might not ring a bell. He's a billionaire businessman at age 42, co-founder and CEO of the Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, that turned into a hit, didn't it?
It really did.
Airbnb.
Yeah, put that together with an airplane, you got something going.
Yeah. I've never stayed in one. I don't think so. Yeah.
I think I would be classified as one. I'd have to ask my wife what we were staying in.
Yeah.
As long as it's got a bed.
I take that back. I guess it would probably be referred to as an Airbnb when got together with my family and my parents celebrate their 50th anniversary.
Right.
That was probably an Airbnb, I guess. That was nice. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's kind of a relaxing way to stay, isn't it? Yeah. There's a few things going on this week. Not a lot.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm going to be bored this week.
You will be. Hardly any sports to talk about or follow. Hey, how'd the Brewers in Chicago game
Oh,
come?
be quiet. Just move on with the show. It's a 3-game series. They play again tonight.
Beautiful Brewers really whacked them, didn't they?
I don't know.
It was close.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah. But they're in the hunt. They're in the hunt.
Yes, yeah, the Cubs are right there.
Yeah.
I just one of the earlier in the season, you looked at the Cubs starting pitching as saying, "Oh wow, this is a strength of the team," And now there's about 2 dependable guys right now in the starting rotation, and everybody else is kind of eh. So, but we'll see. We need to get Marcus Stroman healthy. Get him back pitching the way he was in the early part of the year.
You're rooting for him. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
I told Jeremy yesterday on the show, this is a very stressful week for me. I mean, you got Nebraska football starting on Thursday. You got the Cubs against Milwaukee. And then when Milwaukee's done, we go to Cincinnati for 4 games. So I'm going to be a wreck.
Plus volleyball going on. That's going to be fun. Got to line up for tonight, triangular. And Thursday night, along with the football, we have a triangular, correct?
I guess just running through it quick, tonight will be in Myrna and Summer Myrna Triangular with AM, Mullen, and South Loop. First match at 5:30. Thursday will be in Ansley for a triangular with Ansley, Litchfield, and Summer Myrna and Twin Loop. First match there at 5. The matches tonight will be on KBBN Radio and on the live video stream. Thursday, the audio for the matches will be on KCNI Radio because Nebraska football will kick off, and we'll have that for you on KBBN. So that takes you through Thursday. Wednesday, of course, tomorrow it's volleyball day in Nebraska. We'll broadcast the Nebraska UNO match with coverage beginning at 6 on the Huskers radio network. And then on Friday, it's Football Friday. We'll have Ansley, Litchfield, and Summer Myrna on KBBN. Broken Bow versus Ogallala on KCNI.
Wow. And throw in the Callaway Kite Flight this weekend on Arcadia Fall Festival. You got yourself a week of going on there. And now is tomorrow where everybody's going to go to Memorial Stadium and watch the volleyball?
Yeah, I think you and me are the only ones that are going to be here.
I think
we're the only ones that are sticking around. Yeah.
Well, we'll be more rested than they will when they get home. They're going to get home late.
Yeah. I had the opportunity to go, and it was very difficult to pass down the opportunity to take in what is, I can only imagine, it's going to be an amazing atmosphere.
Oh, yeah.
But, 20 years ago, Dave, I would have thought nothing about it. But, I just, with everything going on this week, I don't think getting home at 2 o'clock in the morning or whenever they're going to get home Thursday morning was going to work for me with everything going on.
I understand completely.
So the 2 old guys are going to stay here and run things. Take care of the shop.
There was a day we wouldn't even have thought about it. I remember coming home from an Eric Clapton concert just in time to sign on,
Oh, yeah.
And a Neil Young concert out in Denver. And hopefully we're going to make it in time. I got to sign on. You went to the concert, you came and worked the next day. That doesn't work very well anymore.
Yeah.
And this would be fun. It's making history, really.
Yeah, I saw a picture. I think 1011 News was showing John Cook out in Memorial Stadium, kind of looking things around. They had the court laid out
set up
on Memorial Stadium, and it's going to be something for sure. So,
well, we'll be here, guys. Don't worry, we'll take care of things.
Brent and Dave are on the job.
Callaway today, they're having French toast for breakfast and pizza for dinner.
Thetford today, showing pizza, roasted cauliflower, Caesar salad, and milk on the menu at Thetford today.
Oh, the Prairie Pioneer Center, by the way. Today it's pork chop stuffing casserole, potato salad, and fruit. Call them at 872-6121 and let them know you'd like to have a meal.
Cozad today, some of their choices are showing chicken nachos with white queso, Italian sub, popcorn chicken salad with garlic biscuit. Some of your choices at Cozad today.
Sandhills Dunning, it's sweet and sour chicken and fried rice.
At Arnold Public Schools today, on the lunch menu, it's showing chicken fajitas at Arnold.
Anselmo Myrna, chicken pot pie, barbecue rib sandwiches, fresh baked combo subs, mashed potatoes with chicken gravy, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Loop City today, barbecue rib ready or pork street carnita on the menu at Loop City today.
At Litchfield, it's tater tot casserole.
Gothenburg today, some of their choices are showing made fresh sausage pizza, fresh baked combo sub, cottage cheese and fruit platter, beef taco in a bag, or a crispy chicken sandwich. Some of your choices at Gothenburg.
The Broken Bow Schools today, beef taco in a bag, crispy chicken sandwich, much the same as Brent just read to you. Vegetables, fruit, and milk at Broken Bow today.
Ansley today, showing pigs in a blanket on the menu at Ansley.
All right. It's Tumbleweed Day, and we're going to have a quick question for you. And then Logan is here from Arrow Seed. We're going to visit with Logan as well. Good morning, Logan.
Morning.
See if you can answer this question. Not on the air, just, so maybe we'll have somebody call in and win a prize. It'd be a tumbleweed meal today, correct?
Yes. We're just going to make it simple. This is so simple, this question, that we're not even going to give you choices.
Oh, wow.
Because basically we've answered it for you already today.
What's the phone number I need to call?
872-2801.
I figured you were Googling.
So here's your question for today. Tomorrow, the Nebraska volleyball team will play a volleyball match outside of Bob Devaney Sports Center. Where will they play their volleyball match tomorrow?
Wow,
that's a tough one, isn't it?
Yes, the phone is ringing right now.
Okay.
We'll pick that up while you listen to this from the Tumbleweed.
Go and enjoy delicious home-style food and dine at the Tumbleweed Cafe from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. Or if you're on the go, swing through the drive-thru. In the morning, grab hot and fresh breakfast items. Meet at dinner for the family at home, but don't have the time to make it yourself? Breakfast casseroles, Reuben casseroles, chicken pot pies, lasagna, enchiladas, fresh bread, and more are ready to go home with you to pop in the oven from the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow.
And we have a caller on the line. Jeff is on the line. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning.
How are you? We've had, I think, a fairly simple question. Here's Brent.
Okay, Jeff, the Nebraska volleyball team's going to play a volleyball match tomorrow outside of Bob Devaney Sports Center. Where are they going to play it at?
Memorial Stadium.
Oh, you got it. And because you
they're playing Omaha.
What's that?
And they're playing Omaha.
And they're playing
That's
Omaha,
true.
yes. Very good. And because you've answered correctly, we've got a take-and-bake small casserole for you that you can pick up at the Tumbleweed Cafe, take home, and enjoy dinner at home, thanks to the Tumbleweed Cafe. So come on out and see us when you can.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. 7:52. Logan, right after these words.
Yeah, around boys, it's action time, and now we're on. Now 300, now 75, now 9, now 9, now 9, and 9, now 9, now 9. Sold.
Dave Davis Auction Service announces an upcoming machinery consignment auction October 7th at the Custer County Fairgrounds starting at 9 a.m. For proper advertising and to get your items on the flyer, get your list of consignments into the office by Monday, September 18th. Questions? Call the office at 872-6413 or Jim's cell at 870-1785.
Is pain keeping you from doing what you love? If your neck, shoulders, back, or knees are preventing you from feeling your best, it's time to take action. Whether you've had it for years or it's due to a recent injury, you don't have to live with the pain. Pearson Physical Therapy of Broken Bow offers personalized treatments and flexible appointments that work around your busy schedule. Call Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 or visit us on the web at pearsonpt.com. The treatment you need, the care you deserve.
It is time to talk to Logan Girardin from Arrow Seed. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I'm here in the flesh this week.
That's good.
It is.
You're not on the phone.
Nope, not on the phone. I'm not in a combine.
Oh, well, that's probably yet. Hopefully you will be, right?
I sure hope so. I'd like to get that project wrapped up.
And that project for the listeners is?
Harvesting buffalo grass.
Okay.
So it's a pretty long and tedious project.
How tall does that get?
The stuff that we're combining is about a foot tall, but the seed is set at about 2 inches.
Oh, man.
So you got to get really low.
You got to get right down to the ground to get them.
Yep, and it's a slow process. So I've had a lot of time to think and do stuff in the combine because it takes so long. so I've been doing some genealogy or some ancestry, I guess. And what brought this up? So my maternal side, so it'd be my mom's side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where you get male pattern baldness from.
Yeah.
Mm. So there's a history of that in the family.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But my great-great-great-grandfather built a contraption to make wigs out of yarn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and I knew this because we found pictures of it and saw it and all that stuff, and it had been passed down generation to generation to generation.
Amazing.
It turns out it was a family heirloom.
Ah. Yes. You got way too much time in the combine.
I'm going to say
my
that
friend.
combine time, yeah.
Yikes.
That might be. You might want to get out once in a while, walk around.
I probably should. Gets a little stuffy in there, and might not have enough oxygen or something.
Something's happening. But that project is just one of the many that you have going on to make sure everybody has the seed they need, and it's nice and clean and ready to go when you put it in the bag, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll get cleaned over the winter time and be available next spring. And that can be said for a lot of the products that we offer in the spring. Whether it's oats or other small grains, native grasses, those get cleaned over the winter time, get bagged and tested and make sure they grow and all that stuff, and then they're available that following spring. So
now, Logan, has this been going on a while? I mean, has it always been that way? I guess maybe I didn't realize how much of that was raised right here.
Yeah, I mean, we've got probably a half a dozen, maybe 10 growers, pretty local, that supply wheat to us, native grasses, oats, some other small grains, just kind of that type of stuff in the listening area, basically. So we keep it pretty local, so if you buy seed from us, it's usually right here.
Yeah.
So,
at least in certain categories.
Yeah. Not everything is economical to produce local,
right?
But some things sure are.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's good. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice. And what's our windows right now? What are the fall plantings?
Yep. So right now you'd be putting in your fall small grains. You could do fall planted oats for a forage crop. You could do a cover crop. So that'd be a more diverse mix of certain species, I guess. A lot of silage is going out right now, or coming out, and it seems ridiculously early, but it's
late August,
almost 1st of September, so it's really not too terribly early.
We did a little traveling, as I mentioned earlier, and saw some piles being built out there, and some silage trucks going back and forth. So it's going strong.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And after silage, you have pretty bare ground. So you might get in there with a cover crop, whether it's something that you want to winter kill, or something that you want to carry out over the winter time into next spring. Maybe you're going to graze it, or you just want it for the weed suppression. So we've got options there.
Yeah, it was not that many years ago where after it was cut that short, they just waited and farmed it the next year. And that can still be the case, but that cover crop idea works pretty well in that application.
It does. If you've got cattle, it works really, really good.
Just turn them loose on it, let them graze.
Yep, exactly.
Now, are guys out there and gals still planting things like turnips and some of those things?
Yep, and that's a big part of fall. Your turnips, radishes, rapeseed, some of your clovers, that type of stuff is pretty hot and heavy right now.
That really is a transitional tool for getting those cattle started and then maybe hopefully getting to the pasture a little bit sooner than we have in recent springs, but at least you have that platform to kind of fill in, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you do a cover crop of your turnips, radish, rapeseed, and then maybe some rye or triticale or wheat or a combination, that'll get you the brassicas, so the turnips and radishes and rapeseed will get you your fall grazing, and then your other stuff, your wheat, rye, triticale, that'll get you over the winter time into next spring. So that window is open. And
you've mentioned it before. I mean, let's face it, when the cattle are out there eating darn near 24 hours a day, they also leave manure, which is a fertilizer to be worked in.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not run it through a mobile fertilizer plant?
There you go.
There's nothing wrong with that.
All right, so that's going on as usual with Aeroseed, and then the store is, there for. Let's face it, we're still grilling. And,
we are,
and it isn't too far from your favorite time of the year.
So hopefully this weekend, September 1st is dove season opener. Hopefully I'll be grilling some tasty little dove poppers. Slice of jalapeno, cream cheese, some bacon, a little dove breast on there, maybe some pepper jack cheese if you're feeling it. And grill it till the bacon's crispy, and you got yourself a little tasty morsel.
Well, the nice thing about doves, too, it doesn't take very long to clean a dove.
No, it really doesn't. It takes longer to shoot them.
It's kind of like a pretty quick process to get the breast and
it is.
Clean it up.
They're tasty.
Yeah, that's good.
So.
That kicks off your favorite time of the year, which means it won't be long that, I suppose, bow season for deer.
Yep, September 1st.
Also?
Yep.
Oh,
and
wow.
then early teal season, I believe, is the following week, maybe. So, I mean, it's my favorite time of year.
I loved early teal season when I was back in the day hunting ducks.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun.
It was.
They're pretty quick little
They
birds.
are. It's just lots of fun to, it kind of kicks off that
season.
That fall season. My other favorite time of year is coming right up. Thursday night, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So
you can have some poppers.
I hope so.
Well, no, you can't this week.
No, it'd be
next week.
It'd be next week.
You can have poppers next week with your big red game.
Yeah. But so Husker football is kicking off. I mean, it's just everything.
And this week with your grills, if you have one of the different varieties that you offer, you throw on a hamburger, throw on some hot dogs, throw on a steak.
Absolutely.
For the game, because that's about, I don't know what the kickoff time is.
7.
7 o'clock.
7.
So, yeah. That's just perfect. You can eat before. And
it is. Throw your end of summer, start of fall
football party. Yeah. Sounds great.
And if you maybe you want to make some jerky for the occasion, or some snack sticks, come on in, because I've got all the pertinent stuff except for the meat.
Yeah, you have to do that yourself.
Yep. Yeah, and you can use whatever,
Yeah, you can go buy a chicken, I imagine.
Yeah, you can make chicken
breast.
Chicken jerky, turkey jerky, possum jerky, raccoon, rabbit. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Wow.
You definitely have to like dark meat if you go with some of those you just mentioned.
Yeah, you could probably make fish jerky.
I wonder what that would be like.
Well, it probably tastes like fish jerky.
Yeah,
I would guess.
It sounds fishy
well,
to
I mean,
me.
would it be?
I know that.
Would it be?
Yeah, I don't know what the
texture would be.
Yeah, I
drier.
don't know. Maybe I'll have to do that.
That'd be interesting.
It would be. I'll let you guys taste it first.
Maybe you ought to start with bullheads.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Carp.
Carp, yeah.
Something,
Carp jerky.
something real, not real fishy like carp.
Yeah. Put a little texture in it with bones.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we've got all sorts of processing stuff like that, and I will be getting another order in soon.
Okay.
I've got a bunch of new stuff coming in. I've got some new slicers, new grinders, stuffers, the whole kit and caboodle.
Sleeves and all of that.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's face it, this day and age, everything's 90% more expensive.
Yes, it is.
To have somebody do a service for you, it's, I hate to say it, but there's a certain lawn care guy in town that just,
don't I know?
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep those blades sharp.
So, it might be time to start doing it yourself.
That's a good point. Yes.
Well, you're out of time, Logan. In fact, we're a little past time, but we didn't get started right away.
So yeah, anyway, come on and see us.
Yep, and before we close, of course, fencing, you got all the fencing supplies and so forth and replacement parts that people need.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you have a Gallagher fencer that might be under the weather, so to speak, bring it in. I can at least take a look at it, and if I've got the parts to fix it, I'll fix it. Otherwise, if it's something I need to order parts in, you can just leave the fencer and I'll get it fixed when I get the parts.
Okay. I know some of them will use them this fall, certainly when they go out on the, sectioning off pastures and so forth next year, maybe get a head start on some of that. So,
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Logan.
Hey, thanks, guys.
News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Idalia powered up to hurricane status this morning. It's expected to gain strength as it bears down on Florida's west coast tomorrow. Fort Myers Beach Mayor Dan Allers.
A lot of us are still living in trailers from Ian. Please do not stay in the trailers. They're not safe to stay in. Even with a minor surge, they could float.
Police in North Carolina still looking for a weapon and a motive in yesterday's shooting death of a UNC Chapel Hill faculty member. Campus Police Chief Brian James says the killing appears to have been targeted.
Based on witness information at the scene, UNC police were able to identify a suspect, and after a search of the surrounding area, the suspect was taken into custody.
His name has not been released. Among the Biden administration's first drugs targeted for price negotiations in a bid to cut Medicare costs, the popular diabetes treatment Jardiance and the blood thinner Eliquis. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, a Grand Island man was placed under arrest after police said he was driving reckless near the state fairgrounds Saturday night. It happened around 10:30 p.m. when a Grand Island police officer was working traffic control as fairgoers were exiting near Stoley Park Road and Kingswood Drive. Police said a vehicle driven by 23-year-old Chrysler Perez Ortiz was spinning his wheels in front of the officer and eventually lost control, almost hitting opposing traffic on Stoley Park Road. The Grand Island Police Department tracked Ortiz to a trailer on Bellwood Drive. Ortiz was arrested for operating a vehicle to avoid arrest, willful reckless driving, and driving under suspension. He's since been charged with 1 felony and 2 misdemeanors. A preliminary hearing was set for October 2nd at 9 a.m.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In Major League Baseball games of note, the Braves beat up on the Rockies 14-4. Atlanta MVP candidate Ronald Acuna Jr. went 4 for 5 with a homer, drove in 5, and then was a part of a wild scene in the 7th inning when a couple of fans ran on the field to get a selfie with him. They all got tangled up with security. Acuna went down on the field, but ended up being okay. Brewers won their 9th in a row. They beat the Cubs 6-2. Milwaukee now with a 5-game lead on Chicago for first in the NL Central. The Cubs hold the second wildcard spot in the National League. They're a half game up on Arizona. The Diamondbacks lost to the Dodgers 7-4. Arizona's hold on the final wildcard spot is at a half game on San Francisco and a game and a half on Cincinnati. The Giants beat the Reds 4-1. Rangers edged the Mets 4-3. It was the Astros all over the Red Sox 13-5. Jose Altuve hit for the cycle for Houston. And the Mariners shut out the A's 7-0. So Seattle still leads the AL West by 1 game on both Houston and Texas. Seattle is 9-1 in its last 10 games.
Here's a look at your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll see a good deal of sunshine, some areas of haze into the afternoon with highs up to 87. Then for tonight, partly cloudy with areas of smoke and haze, a low of 55. Hazy sunshine on Wednesday, up closer to 90 for a high temperature. And Thursday, sunny and breezy, a high of 92. Friday's high temperatures reaching the middle 90s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Embarrassed by ugly yellow toe fungus?
Living with toe fungus it's embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off. I hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody.
Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered 2-in-1 home treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out. Crystal Flush's new and different combination system knocks out toe fungus for good. Guaranteed.
Crystal Flush, different. After just a few weeks, my fungus was gone. I mean, 100% disappeared. Crystal Flush was the only thing that ever worked. So if you're skeptical because you tried a bunch of other stuff, Crystal Flush is different. This is a game changer.
Crystal Flush is now available without a prescription, but it is not available in stores. Get your risk-free supply today. Go to crystalflush.com. That's CRYSTAL flush.com. Stop being embarrassed by ugly yellow toenails. Go to crystalflush.com or call 800-204-4484.
Very few know about how much fun we have at KCNI KBBN because, well, only 7 of us work here at a time. You can find out next. Visit sandhillsexpress.com/work at KCNI. Now, back to the breakfast show.
Thank you very much. 10 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. 55 degrees now under a clear sky. Winds are calm, and I think it's a little hazy out there already. Can see a little haze with that sun coming up. Barometric pressure is now on the rise at 3016. Humidity at 93%. High yesterday was 83. That actually came along about 6 o'clock last night. It was 82 at 5. Overnight low of 53. Sunset today at 8:18. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:02 as our days noticeably shorten up. And as we mentioned earlier, we got a trace of precipitation in the rain gauge yesterday from a short shower. And so we're holding at 79 hundredths for the month of August. We got off to such a good start, but it's certainly been dry the second half of the month. And as we go into September, the forecast is calling for another warming trend here.
I saw that.
Late August, early September. So, all right. Yes, the Arcadia Fall Festival is coming up this weekend, and we'll be going over to Arcadia. Let me get my schedule here. I think we're going over there on Friday. And we're going to be broadcasting from Scooter's Saloon Friday morning to talk about all the activities that you can take the family to for the annual Arcadia Fall Festival. I believe this is their 68th festival. And they got a great parade on Memorial Day and lots of activities through the weekend. We'll run that through for you. And on Thursday, a live broadcast from Shotgun Annie's Saloon and Grill in Callaway to talk about the annual kite flight. And you may have read the story on Sandhills Express about, the grit and determination of the folks in Callaway. That terrible storm that hit about fair time really tore things up in Callaway as far as trees and roofs and so forth go. And it totally knocked down the buildings outside of town where they have the kite flight. And they're not going to let that stop them. They're going to go ahead, of course, and have the kite flight. The kites will still fly, and they'll make do with whatever they need to do to make sure you have some concessions there and all of the things you're used to that you take the family to at the Callaway Kite Flight. And it's a tribute to the communities to continue to put these on. Great grand finale of the summer.
Yes.
These two that always land on the Labor Day weekend put on a good show, and you can take both in. Go to both.
Sure.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And let's see here. Did notice that the Truckers Against Trafficking took place, and noticed some school kids down there touring the truck, and they had concessions there and all sorts of seminars at the Fox Theater. So that's in the history books as well. Appreciate the Rotary and all the folks who put this on, the Truckers Against Trafficking, Melham Medical Center, Fox Theater, Broken Bow Chamber, and the Rotary all making that happen. And I think it went well.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Okay. Later on in the show today, we're going to be giving away some Demolition Derby tickets to Arcadia's Fall Festival. Now,
oh, wow.
This is one of the better ones around.
It's a big event, man. The Demolition Derby isn't quite as popular as it was back in my day. I mean, there used to be, seemed like everybody had a Demolition Derby.
Yeah, almost everybody
when
did.
I was growing up.
Now you don't get to watch them as often as you used to, but Arcadia still has one. They always have a big one.
They do, yeah.
They come from
Good
all
show.
over to compete. And this will be at 2 o'clock Sunday, September 3rd. The pits open at 8 a.m. and close at 1 p.m. And they have a real nice setup there right near the park. And there's the, if it's warm, the kids can cool off with the water spout that was put in by, I think Jim Trotter put that in. And so if you might want to throw in some swimsuits for the kids, they might want to cool off on Sunday if it's warm. They'll have that. And for more details, you can go to recklesspromotions.com. And there's a $40 entry fee for the folks who want to put their cars in. And there are some very stringent rules on how those need to be modified for to be safe as you run into each other and bang around and try to knock the radiator out and do all of those things that come with the demo derby. It's a big one. That's on Sunday. That is at 2 p.m. All right, Brent, I'm going to just have a little fun with the Black Keys and kind of have. They did the song "Wild Child."
Yes.
Everybody sang along with it, and then I couldn't get that song out of my head.
Oh yeah, that happens when you go to a concert.
So I'm not going to play "Wild Child" because I don't want to get that in our heads again. But we can do a little Black Keys, one called "Lonely Boy."
out their selection of insoles and relieve the stress your feet are under. Help plantar fasciitis or soothe heel pain. Also in stock are an assortment of creams and sprays for foot pain relief. Varney Health Mart, just off the square in Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Aero Aviation, let us take control.
Remember the time you used to spend fighting weeds and bugs? Now you can spend that time elsewhere because aerial application is your best advantage against these problems. Let Aero Aviation take control.
When you need a helping hand to get the most from your land, Aero Aviation, let us take control.
For over 50 years, Aero Aviation has served the area. Contact Casey for your aerial application today.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we wake you up?
Nebraska's favorite way to start the day on KCNI KBBN.
Let's talk a little bit about something I'm kind of concerned about that I don't know if you're aware of.
Okay.
Now, you know, I've been talking about...
So this has to do with me personally?
No.
Oh,
no,
it doesn't?
I just want to know if you know anything about this.
Okay.
Because, you know, for a while now, we've been promoting on the air that Brad Atkins, Mr. Generosity,
yes,
has been buying people coffee at Brewbaker's in Arnold.
Okay, yes, you've been promoting that very heavily. Yes.
All you have to do is go into Brewbaker's and say, I heard on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN that Brad would buy me a coffee.
Yeah.
And they'll just write it down for you.
Okay.
And you can order anything, any coffee, any drink you like. Doesn't even matter the cost of it. Get the fancy one.
Mm-hmm.
Get the one that costs the most. Don't worry about it. Brad is filthy rich. And so that is one statement. I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and I have a question for you about Brad.
Okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead.
Brewbaker's is open today. They are closed on Mondays, but today's Tuesday, and they want you to know they're open Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Saturday, 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. Not only can you stop by and have something good to drink, you can have something good to eat, like a baked goodie, a breakfast burrito, or a tasty treat from the barista bar. Now, they're in full swing for getting back to school. They're geared up for that. If you haven't got maybe some of the things for the kids that you want to get yet, they have the new backpacks and matching lunch boxes. So come and check those out.
Mm-hmm.
And the fall decor is coming in just in time. September's almost here, and that means fall is just around the corner. And they have fall decor that's coming in all the time, and you'll frequently see different items on the shelves for you to look at and purchase. Now, they still have 50% off the purses that have a green dot on them. You can't beat that deal. Purses are kind of expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I alluded to the fact that Brad may have one, but I don't know that for sure. It's just what I heard. Anyway, don't forget that Brewbaker's has great novelty toys for boys and girls, as well as novelty gifts for everyone. And you just will love the place. You walk in, it's a historic barista bar and gift shop right in downtown Arnold. And you can follow them on Facebook and keep up on the latest happenings at Brewbaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold, because coffee with a friend is always a good idea.
Yes.
Now, I received a call a while back from, I'm going to say, a school official.
Oh.
I don't want to say at this point who that person was, but they called.
A school official from where?
Arnold.
Oh, from Arnold.
Arnold School.
Okay.
And it was just like one evening, got a call, and they asked me to do a favor for them. And I said I would, and they were going to get the information to me, which I haven't received yet. Now, I need your help here, because you're going to be doing the football game in Arnold on September 14th, something like that.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do it that Friday.
Yeah, it's on Friday.
Okay.
So you'll be covering the game there. And they're having kind of a really neat gathering before the game. They're inviting vendors to come in.
Oh, nice.
And of course, I think that's also the same weekend that they're having their fall festival.
Okay.
So it's kind of combined with that. And so if you would like to have something there that you'd like people to consider purchasing, or maybe you have information you'd like to get out, get a hold of the school, and they can tell you what the rules and regs are for being a vendor before the football game.
Oh, great. Sounds like a great atmosphere.
Yeah. I don't have my calendar. Let me look. Is it the 14th? I want to make sure.
15th, maybe?
15th.
Yeah.
Friday the 15th.
I'm just trying to think. That might be Sandhills Thetford. I think it is.
That's
South Loop Sandhills Thetford game.
At Arnold.
I think.
Yeah, I bet it is. And was my understanding that they're going to have a dunk tank there.
Oh.
And this particular school administrator wanted me to promote that they're going to have vendors there, kind of have a festive time before the football game, and a dunk tank, which they just said, would you put on the air that Brad Atkins will be on the dunk tank?
Oh,
so
wow.
you'll be able to dunk Brad, okay?
Okay.
All right. I said, well, sure I will. That's not a problem. I'm sure a lot of people like to.
It's kind of our job, promotion.
Yeah.
And nobody's better at it than Dave.
The problem being with this is that my wife was looking at different things on her phone on the way home yesterday, and it said on the promotion that Brad Atkins and Dave Burney would be on the dunk tank.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
And I'm pretty sure that night I told the administrator I would love to promote that Brad is going to be on the dunk tank, and I would love to be there to throw a ball and dunk him.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember saying anything about being on the actual dunk tank. What I'm afraid of is that Brad has volunteered me.
Ah.
I'm sure what they did is they asked him or told him that he was going to be on the dunk tank or asked for his cooperation, which they got because he's Mr. Generosity. How did I end up on the dunk tank? I'm not really liking this very well.
I honestly don't know what to say to you. Although, if you are on the dunk tank, we might have to switch some announcers around for that Friday. I might have to go to Arnold and do the South Loop Sandhills Thetford game.
Well,
Jeremy and I might have to do that game together. If you're going to be on the dunk tank, we might need to show up. We could do our pregame show live at the dunk tank.
You could, if I'm there.
Yes. Well, it sounds like you're going to be. Why would they promote that you're going to be on the dunk tank if you're not? It sounds to be basically, in my opinion, if they're promoting it, you've got no choice.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of like a ramrod job. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting hooked here.
Well, what's the old phrase? What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
I don't know what you mean.
Just saying.
I don't get it.
That would be cool, though. The live pregame show live at the dunk tank prior to the football game on September the 15th.
All right, let's do some. Now, this is going to drive Jeremy nuts, but we're going to.
I drove him nuts yesterday. I was trying to search for a song, and I did find it, though.
Okay.
I just told him I have I think maybe you do too. As you get older, multitasking is more difficult.
I don't like it.
Don't you think?
I'm no good at it.
I mean, actually, when you start getting as old as we are, just focusing in on one task is difficult, let alone more than one.
Well, Brent, you're actually quite a bit younger than yours truly.
Well,
So
age-wise.
Now, where do I find the sports schedule on Sandhills Express?
Go to the sports tab.
Sports tab. So I go to menu, then I go to sports.
Yep.
I go down there, sports schedule.
Yeah.
Sports broadcast schedule.
Yes. Okay. I think it is. I think it's South Loop and Sandhills Thetford. That's going to be a great game, too, man.
Yes.
Game will be great. Atmosphere is going to be great. That'll be a fun week.
Broken Bow at O'Neill that night on KCNI. Sandhills Thetford at South Loop at Arnold.
There you go.
That's it. Now, they won't be doing, I'm sure they won't be doing the dunk tank when the game starts. It'll probably be previous to it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So now, you have your phone there?
I do. Yeah?
Can go with me on this. We'll do this together.
What are we doing?
Let's Google the Arnold Fall Festival.
Okay.
We're going to take
We're Googling together.
Yeah, see who gets there first.
Shipe is pulling his hair out right now. He's going, I can't stand it.
Boy, no, it aggravates him, so it makes it more fun.
All right, we're going to the Arnold.
Wait.
Fall. How's fall spelled? F-A-L-L? 2 L's? Fall.
No, I've fallen, I can't get up.
Okay.
Festival.
Okay, Arnold Fall Festival.
2000.
Arnold NE. I come up with arnoldne.org. Fall Festival, Community of Arnold.
That's
events.
I got last year's.
Oh, wait, here's a Facebook page.
Maybe that'll work.
Let me try this here.
Oh,
this might. No, that's.
Mine's from last year.
I was going to say, yeah. I found a schedule from last year's event.
Let's do this. Let's try to get the.
What are you looking at? Oh, wait a minute. Here we go.
You found
Arnold Fall Festival schedule 2023.
Nice.
Okay. Friday, September 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is great. Yes, it says right here, Friday, September 15th, football game at 7 p.m., South Loop and Sand Hill, Thetford. As you said, vendors welcome, be set up around the football field. And then it's got a little picture of a dunk tank. Okay. And right below, it says, and I quote, "Come dunk Brad Atkins and Dave Burney."
No. You're kidding me.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, I mean, I don't think you have a choice. I don't know. First off, I know the people of Arnold. I do too. Some of them, and there's no way that the people of Arnold, Nebraska would just put your name out there saying you're going to be on the dunk tank if you didn't agree to it. There's just no way.
I didn't agree to it. I can tell you.
You must have. You must have. It says right here.
They set me up.
Come dunk Brad Atkins and Dave Burney. By the way, folks, Friday, September 15th. Bring your pocketbook. Bring your checkbook.
Well, the other side.
I would love to be there to take a few throws. That'd be great.
I haven't had the opportunity to.
Have you been? You've been on. Now I've never been on one. You've been on a dunk tank, haven't you? Before?
A few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bruised my tailbone in Anselmo, so they threw a mattress in.
Ooh,
that was bad.
Oh, yuck! threw a mattress in the water.
Yeah, Bob and I they put a mattress in there, and it wasn't pretty. Let me just say that. It is 8:35, and I expect we'll be hearing from Mark Stock here in a little bit. I believe he's on our guest list here today.
Yeah, I think so.
Big Iron Auction Company. See if we can get that up here for you in a little bit. In the meantime, we have a couple other things we want to tell you about here on this Tuesday morning. And with that information, here's Brent Apperson.
We'll start with a job opportunity that you can find on sandhillsexpress.com. A job posting there for Nebraska Fiserv. They are hiring remote customer service associates. $2,000 sign-on bonus available. Bilingual in Spanish is a plus. It is 100% remote work at home. Training start dates every Monday in October. Shift would be various schedules. Compensation $17+ an hour to start, plus shift and language differential available. As far as equipment, you're probably wondering, well, do I have to have a certain computer or something to make this happen? Well, all equipment is provided by Fiserv. Good benefits, too. Medical, dental, and vision insurance start on day one. Fiserv is hiring. To find out more, go to fiserv.com/careers. Also, check out the posting on sandhillsexpress.com on the employment page, and you'll find a link to get to the application.
Thank you, Brent Apperson. John Hyatt, my old friend. 20 minutes before the hour. It's always good to have you along on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Always nice to talk with Mark Stock and find out what he's up to with Big Iron auction company, and I don't know for sure exactly what he's up to, but he's a long ways away. Mark, how are you doing?
Hey, by golly. I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. It's good to hear your voice. Where are you at?
I am in Decatur, Illinois. The Farm Progress Show is going on for the next 3 days, and we have got a beautiful day. We're getting over that heat from last week, but for the next 3 days, we're going to be talking about the auctions that we've got coming with the faster buyers, and boy, do we have some nice sales this week. We've got coming up the Reed Brothers auction, and that is today at 10 o'clock. 3 late model John Deere combines, 2 brothers, a farm forever, and one of them passed away, so they're selling their good quality equipment today. We also have tomorrow the Richard E. Byrd estate sale in Old, Colorado, and that's got some really nice John Deere equipment. We've got a special showcase auction that's in conjunction with the Decatur Farm Show here, and we're selling 2023 Klaus combine that has 0 separator hours, 0 engine hours, and it is on display here in Decatur. And that machine sells to the highest bidder on Thursday. The machine, is a Klaus Lexion 8600 TT. It's a 4-wheel drive. Class 8 combine, has full 1-year factory transferable warranty. It's got, I think, every option you can put on a Klaus combine. It's got tracks. It's owned by the Nick Gasper Estate. Nick ordered the machine in October of last year. Unfortunately, passed away in January, and the family is selling it. They just took possession of it here just a couple weeks ago. Brand new machine, and it is selling to the highest bidder. But we also have real estate selling, folks. If you are in the market for some quality real estate, we've got some land in Hamilton County, Nebraska selling today. I think there's 700 acres in 5 different parcels, and some of the nicest irrigated land just north of Aurora, Nebraska, will be selling to the highest bidder. We've got about an hour and 17 minutes left remaining. Tract 1 at 155 acres is up to 10,000. Tract 2 is 10,150. We got 10,650 on Tract 4, and then it still has bidding to go. Yep! Somebody just bid on one of the tracks right now as we speak. So it happens really fast on BigIron.com. Plus, we've got the Reed Brothers sale that I mentioned. Tomorrow's a big sale, 1,800 items that will sell tomorrow from equipment all across the country. Late model stuff to older stuff. We just come out of the Half Century Progress Farm Show that was in Rantoul, Illinois last week, and saw a little over 120-some thousand people as they come into our booth, and they were talking about Big Iron and how they are on Big Iron all the time. It's like shoe shopping for men, folks. With all the equipment that's on there, over 125,000 items will be sold on BigIron.com this year, if not more. So we're so grateful and thankful for all the people that use Big Iron all the time, and they come up and they tell us, you know why I use your site? Because you tell us everything that's good and bad about the machinery. So you'll take a picture of the cracked frame, or you'll say that the transmission slips, and that's what we do. I mean, this equipment is selling on average more than 305 miles from where it's sold from. So when people get comfortable, they usually spend more money, too, because they know the quality will be there, or they'll know that it's got a problem if we can find it. So, folks, keep calling us up if you want to sell some machinery, if you want to buy some machinery, if you want to sell some land. We've got a bunch of posters here on display on all of the land auctions that are coming up August the 29th, August the 31st, September 1st, September 5th, September 6th, September 7th, September 7th. These are different parcels, September 18th and 19th and the 21st. That's just the next couple of weeks. And this is land not only in Nebraska and Kansas and Missouri and Illinois and Iowa, but it's also in Minnesota and South Dakota and in Colorado. So we sell land all over the country, and we have a huge database with bidders and buyers that follow all these land sales. So we're excited to be here in Decatur. We're excited also to be at the Nebraska State Fair. So we're excited that we got people walking around at that show, and of course we're excited about the Husker volleyball match that's coming up here in Lincoln. That's going to be something to do. I know my wife is excited to go. She's got tickets. She's going to be in that stadium somewhere. She said she's going to send me a FaceTime video so I can see that happening as there's 90-some thousand people playing volleyball inside a football stadium. That'll be a record. And, of course, we got football going on here with Minnesota. So we're excited about the new Husker season because, in Nebraska we got to support our college activities, whether it's the Kearney State football and volleyball teams or, whatever we have going on in the rest of the state. So we're excited, and it's a great week to be alive anywhere in America.
Sure is, Mark. Whoa. Sounds like they got some music going. Quick question. I know that in the past, for home games for Nebraska, you've had a booth down there at the Nebraska game. I know because you're everywhere, all the way across the country, maybe you can't be there. I was just curious if people can find you at the Memorial Stadium.
You can find us in Lot 7. We'll be the only yellow tents in the sea of red. And anybody that's a Big Iron customer is sure invited to come over. I think the first home game is even an evening game. So I think our menu is already hamburger and brats.
All right.
So we're going to have that, maybe some pork loin, because we'd like to support all the industries. Just come on over to our tailgate. If you're a Big Iron customer, if you want to chat with some of the Big Iron reps, they're there too, having a good old time. So it's all we like to have a good time, fun working together.
All right. Well, that's evident. Mark, thanks for taking time to talk to us today.
Thank you very much. You guys have a great week.
You too. All right. I wish I had his energy. You know what? That guy is going all the time. He's going all the time. And in Decatur, Illinois, they do have folks at the Nebraska State Fair, and they will have their brats and hamburgers and pork and so forth that they'll serve at home Nebraska football games. Just look for the yellow. And if you're familiar with the guys, stop and say hi.
There you go.
Ansley Lumber in Ansley, America is your place for building and home projects. Let's start with the ag side. They have the post frame buildings that they're featuring, and they'll sit down and help you plan those out and make estimations on cost on those. They also have shingles, the Tamco and GAF shingles, and the Malarkey shingles. They have composite decking, the Armadillo and TimberTech available. They also have the LP Expert Finish and Diamond Coat siding. They have deck railing, Pella and Marvin windows, premium lumber. They try to make sure they get the top-of-the-line lumber. It's hard to find lumber anymore that doesn't sometimes have a little curve to it, and they try to do their best to make sure you're getting the best they can find. Trusses, and all of that goes along with that. Metal for roofing, siding, and of buildings. They have the Ultimate Lawn Fertilizer available, staple guns and staples for fence repair, and whole house packages, which means they'll sit down with their software in their showroom and help you sit down and make your dream home and see if you can put together something that you can find that would be fit all your needs for a new home or an addition. So they can help you with the cabinetry along with that, and countertop installation, and all the drywall you're going to need, plumbing and electrical supplies, Benjamin Moore paint. It's all available at Ansley Lumber. Give them a call at 935-1815. That's 935-1815. Or stop by Ansley Lumber and Supply, located and operated in downtown Ansley. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30, and Saturday, 8 till noon. And don't forget, they deliver. So if you order up some goods that you're going to be using for your project, you don't have something to haul them in, no problem. They'll deliver them to you.
Absolutely. Chapin's Furniture and Square One and Boutique, they've started a new promotion, and it's What's for Wednesday? That's the question they are asking. Of course, we always use popular words like what's for lunch. Well, now it's what's for Wednesday at Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique in Broken Bow. Each Wednesday, make sure you check out their window to find out the new big sale of the day. And I think we'll even announce that tomorrow for you here on The Breakfast Show, so be listening. You never know what they'll decide to do. Maybe you'll get savings on clothes, jewelry, furniture, or home decor. It's What's for Wednesday. The question will be answered tomorrow at Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique, south side of the square in Broken Bow.
I'm stressing, man.
About? Oh, the dunk tanks really got you bothered, doesn't it?
Well, here's the thing. You know, I've
never known the people of Arnold to just volunteer somebody for something, though. You must have said yes.
I did not.
You must have agreed to this.
I did not say yes. I said I would promote that Brad Atkins was going to be on the dunk tank.
Okay.
I did not say I was going to be on the dunk tank. That's one side of it. Another portion of it is that I have not had the opportunity to speak with Brad Atkins since this promotion where he's buying everybody coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little afraid that he might do some retribution during that evening.
Is there any chance that I don't know how big the dunk tank is? Is there any chance we can get you and Brad to sit side by side on the dunk tank? That'd be great. Just have you both there, kind of, put your arms around one another, being the friends that you are.
I don't have any idea. It just makes me shiver to think about it. In a lot of ways, it's probably going to be a little cold.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Yeah, but 15th of September, it's hard to tell. I'm sure it's not a heated dunk tank. So I'm sure the water, depending on how soon they put the water in the tank, it could be a little chilly. And you never know what the weather's going to be like that day.
That is true. I don't know. I think maybe I've got one. You need a life jacket. I've got life jackets.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have one of the old orange ones.
Yeah.
That just go around your neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
got
you
a
should.
couple of
I think
those.
you should wear one of those when you sit up there on the dunk tank.
Well, I might bring a snorkel because I'm not sure that Brad won't try.
Do you have a pair of swimming trunks?
I do. I'm not going to wear swimming trunks. You're not going to see me in swimming trunks. You're going to see me in pants.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm not wearing no.
Are you serious? You're gonna sit on a dunk tank with jeans on?
You don't want to see my legs. You just don't.
Wow. Okay.
It would ruin the whole event.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Not skipping breakfast is an important part of your overall health, so don't ever skip out on your financial health either. Bruning Bank has a full regiment dedicated to keeping your finances in shape. Earn interest on your checking account with Premier Checking. Signing up or switching is easy and can be done remotely. Enroll in CreditSense to monitor your credit score and learn what you're doing well or could improve upon. It's free and a part of mobile and online banking. Call or stop by today. Bruning Bank. Build, grow, thrive. Member FDIC.
It's getting close to bowling league season at Pleasure Lanes in Broken Bow. On Mondays at 1 p.m., 3 women teams for afternoon delight. At 7 is men's major with 5-man teams. On Wednesdays, Town and Country 5-man teams at 7:30. Twilight League on Thursdays at 7 with 4 women teams. On Sundays, it's Sunday Mixed at 7 with 4-person teams. That includes kids, men, and women. All leagues start after Labor Day. Give them a call at 308-767-2612 or text them at 308-870-3499 to join a league. There is a league for everyone at Pleasure Lanes in Broken Bow.
The morning Sandhills Drive never sounded so good.
In the mornings, we don't have to fight over the radio because it's one station.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
The Everly Brothers, Bye Bye Love. Oh,
your phone. Yeah, your phone's going off.
Yeah, I've been trying to leave it so it makes a ring now because I've been missing too many calls.
I know. I've done that. I did that too, and the problem was my phone rang on the show yesterday.
And I haven't had that happen, but it could now because I got the ringer on. But my wife calls and she says, I tried to call you 4 times.
I know.
I said, well, I didn't hear it, and I'm not trying to ignore you and other people as well. I guess not. I guess it's nothing. It just went beep beep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Probably a notification. That's what I don't like. My phone gives the same sound or same signal for, like if you have apps, sometimes you get a notification.
Yeah.
Like I have the MLB app. So every single time something happens with baseball, when the Cubs are playing, anytime somebody scores a run, but you don't know it's the same signal as if you get a text message.
Right.
So
yeah. And I'm sure Jeremy could help us with that, but
I probably could.
He's busy and disgusted with us at the same time. Nebraska Land Hearing Center can help you hear better. And by the way, if you're not hearing your phone ring and you have the ringer on, that could mean that you probably need to have your ears checked, your hearing checked. And we are lucky to have a dependable, certified technician right here in Broken Bow. Roxanne will offer you free hearing evaluation and free office calls, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, extended discounts for buying local, and receive trade-in values on old hearing aids. And she has a $2,000 buy local discount that she can explain to you. And she is offering all sorts of different things, including chamber bucks with purchase. So ask her about all of the things that go along with her service. But the most important thing to talk about here is after you make your investment in quality rechargeable hearing aids, you might need some adjustments. There may be some things that need to be tweaked just a little bit, and maybe you need to go back every once in a while just to check in. That all comes with the price of the hearing aids when you buy them. You're not charged for anything more once you purchase those hearing aids. And she also accepts the CARE credit cards, which enables you to finance hearing aids over a period of time with lower payments. Ask Roxanne about the CARE credit cards. And she is located on the east side of the square. She shares space with the Chamber of Commerce in Broken Bow.
Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, ready to go to work for you. What a great insurance business Chip and Liana have created, and they are ready to go to work for you. Certifications are starting for all the Medicare open enrollment planning, so Liana will be busy with that, as well as helping anyone turning 65 or leaving a job or current insurance. Visit with Liana, and she can help you through that process. Chip is your guy for all ag and commercial quotes and questions, and Allison Schmidt has joined the team and will be helping staff the Broken Bow office. So visit with them at Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. They are excited for what the future holds with the agency and look forward to working with you. You can reach them at their Callaway office at 836-2201. Broken Bow office number is 872-6996.
And speaking of phone numbers, I forgot to give you Roxanne's number at Nebraska Land Hearing. So here it is, 308-384-3852. That's 384-3852.
Quilting Shack, Cleaning Shack in Broken Bow, reminding you that if you have something you need dry cleaned, you need to get it in by tomorrow by 11:30. The Cleaning Shack is located inside the Quilting Shack on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow. And if you have some items that need dry cleaned, the drop-off deadline is Wednesday, tomorrow by 11:30, so you can have it back the following week. Also, the Quilting Shack, hours now are Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5:30, open Saturdays from 10 until 4. They have a huge selection of material and sewing options, and if you need advice on your project, the staff is always there to help you out. Find the word of the week on their Facebook page, each week giving you a discount on your purchase at the Quilting Shack. So the Cleaning Shack right there inside the Quilting Shack, reminding you that if you have something that needs dry cleaned, make sure you have it dropped off by Wednesday, tomorrow morning by 11:30. It's the Quilting Shack, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Idalia powered up to a hurricane over the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico this morning, and it's heading straight for Florida's west coast. Forecasters say it could have sustained winds of up to 120 miles an hour when it makes landfall. Governor DeSantis.
You still have time this morning to be able to make your final preparations. If you are in one of those areas that's in line for some of the major storm surge and you're told to evacuate, you have time to do that.
The Biden administration's ready to bargain with drug companies. CBS's Anne-Marie Green.
The Biden administration has named the first 10 drugs that will be subject to new price negotiations with Medicare. The drugs on the list are commonly used to treat blood clots, diabetes, heart failure, and arthritis.
3M will pay $6 billion to settle hundreds of thousands of claims brought by veterans who claim the company's earplugs failed to protect them from hearing loss while they were serving. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In Major League Baseball games of note, the Braves beat up on the Rockies 14-4. Atlanta MVP candidate Ronald Acuna Jr. went 4 for 5 with a homer, drove in 5, and then was a part of a wild scene in the 7th inning when a couple of fans ran on the field to get a selfie with him. They all got tangled up with security. Acuna went down on the field, but ended up being okay. Brewers won their 9th in a row. They beat the Cubs 6-2. Milwaukee now with a 5-game lead on Chicago for first in the NL Central. The Cubs hold the second wildcard spot in the National League. They're a half game up on Arizona. The Diamondbacks lost to the Dodgers 7-4. Arizona's hold on the final wildcard spot is at a half game on San Francisco and a game and a half on Cincinnati. The Giants beat the Reds 4-1. Rangers edged the Mets 4-3. It was the Astros all over the Red Sox 13-5. Jose Altuve hit for the cycle for Houston. And the Mariners shut out the A's 7-0. So Seattle still leads the AL West by 1 game on both Houston and Texas. Seattle is 9-1 in its last 10 games.
Here's a look at your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll see a good deal of sunshine, some areas of haze into the afternoon with highs up to 87. Then for tonight, partly cloudy with areas of smoke and haze, a low of 55. Hazy sunshine on Wednesday, up closer to 90 for a high temperature. And Thursday, sunny and breezy, a high of 92. Friday's high temperatures reaching the middle 90s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Embarrassed by ugly yellow toe fungus?
Living with toe fungus it's embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off. I hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody.
Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered 2-in-1 home treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out. Crystal Flush's new and different combination system knocks out toe fungus for good. Guaranteed.
Crystal Flush, different. After just a few weeks, my fungus was gone. 100% disappeared. Crystal Flush was the only thing that ever worked. So if you're skeptical because you tried a bunch of other stuff, Crystal Flush is different. This is a game changer.
Crystal Flush is now available without a prescription, but it is not available in stores. Get your risk-free supply today. Go to crystalflush.com. That's CRYSTAL flush.com. Stop being embarrassed by ugly yellow toenails. Go to crystalflush.com or call 800-204-4484.
9:04, 63 degrees outside. It is a bit hazy this morning. Actually clear skies, but it just looks a little bit foggy out there, a little hazy. Winds are not a factor so far today. Barometric pressure continues on a slow rise. Humidity at 84%. Brent Apperson and Dave Burney with you. We have Jody here from Off-Broadway Assisted Living. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. You?
Well, I'm fine.
Good. Just fine.
I've been thinking about your last comments when you left the other day, Jody.
Oh, no.
And then I checked in on you to see whether it was verified and bona fide that catfish will eat chicken with flavoring.
Yes.
And it's true. I got it verified from Mark over at the Tradewinds Marina at Loop City. He said, yes, there's people that do that.
Yeah, we do.
Now, do you go ahead and you cook the chicken, or do you put it on the... So you don't eat any of the chicken flavored?
No.
Okay.
No. We just put the Kool-Aid in a Ziploc baggie with the raw chicken and let it sit in the sun for a day or two. And then we feed it to the fish.
Go. Feed it to the fish. Okay. All right. Well, I had not heard that before. Did you, Brent?
Really?
No.
No.
No?
Because I always thought catfish, you You know, you had like stink baits and all kinds of, the worse it smelled, the better they liked it, sort of thing. Now, I used to catch catfish on chicken livers.
Yeah.
Which works good. But you had to get some thread and kind of wrap the thread around the treble hook to hold the chicken livers on, because the chicken livers would get soft and fall off, and then the fish wouldn't be able to eat it. Or if they ate it, it was on the hook. It was not on the hook.
Not on the hook.
Yeah.
Hard to catch them that way.
Yeah, they enjoyed it much more.
Yes.
So off-Broadway assisted living is hopping.
Yes.
Going into the fall season, and you brought a guest with you today.
I did. Teresa Steiner, who is our resident service coordinator.
Teresa, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, good. I am going to behave myself because this is your first time here, and I don't want you to get a bad impression of yours truly or Brent Averson.
No. Strictly professional.
Yeah, don't you worry,
For the
Teresa.
next 10 minutes.
Don't worry about it. So your title tells me that you're deeply involved with what's going on at Off-Broadway. Tell us about it.
I take care of the residents, or make their appointments, and take care of the office, and make the residents' appointments, and do the paperwork, and involved with the doctors and the pharmacies.
Oh man, that sounds like a pretty tough job to me, doesn't it, to you, Brent?
It does, yeah. A lot of responsibility, it sounds like to me.
Yeah. And have you had a background in this for a number of years?
I've been a nurse for 24 years.
Wow. 24 years. So you have the nursing background and putting it together with all the paperwork that needs to be done.
Yep.
And make sure that the clients that you take care of get everything they need and stay organized. I think that's a big part of it, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So where have you been a nurse before?
I've been a travel nurse, so I've been all over the United States. And I did work at Sand Hills Manor a long time ago.
Okay. The traveling nurse, I don't want to divert too much, but I think that is really something. I think that the travel is nice. You get to go to a lot of different places, but you probably see a lot of different medical facilities and how they operate. I'm sure they're a little bit different, each and every one.
Every place is different.
Yeah, yeah. Where are some of the places that you liked when you traveled, as far as the actual communities go?
Wyoming, New Hampshire, Alaska.
Ooh, oh, wow. Yeah.
So I like those places.
Yeah, I bet. That sounds nice. And typically, how long did you stay?
13 weeks.
13 weeks, and that's pretty standard? Okay.
And then I had the option to reassign if I wanted to.
Oh, okay. So you could stay longer. All right. So that gave you a really, I would think, a broad idea of what needs to be done in different facilities, and here you are at Off-Broadway, and I'm sure Jody's happy to have you.
Yes.
So.
I hope so.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. That's a lot. It's a lot of experience that I'm sure you feel good about, Jody.
Yes, I do. I feel very confident in the way she's doing it. So
good.
It's good.
What do you like about Off-Broadway, Teresa?
I like interacting with the residents.
Yeah.
It's pretty laid back. I mean, for me.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if I should say that, but I like interacting with the residents.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I think it's understandable that it would be a little slower pace than in a large hospital in Alaska or something like that. This is a little more laid back. That's okay, right? Yeah, yeah. Has Jody let you get into the hot tub yet?
No. No hot tub for me.
All right.
I'm just not a party person, I guess.
All right. Well, Teresa, thanks for coming in and for what you do. I think it's very important wherever you're at to have somebody with your qualifications. And I, again, know Jody's happy to have you here. So, Jody, what else is going on that you wanted to highlight us? You got some more openings that you're going to fill for jobs yet?
Yes, we do. We are looking for full-time medication aides on our day shift, part-time activity assistant, part-time server day shift, and then part-time housekeeper day shift, no weekends.
Okay. And space, are you getting full as far as your rooms go?
We're
suites?
getting full. That July and August promotion went really well for us. So thank you for everybody that stopped in or called and inquired. And some of them got the family members in there. So
good.
It was good.
Good. Activities going into the fall. You kind of was talking last time about you had some things in the works.
Yep, we've got assisted living week coming up. Got all kinds of things planned for the residents during that week. Right now, I think that's the biggest thing going that we're trying to plan for. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds great. And now the weather. Well, we're going to warm up again a little while, but the weather generally in September, mid-September through mid-October is going to allow, that little more of that gazebo time out there, which people really enjoy.
They do. They love it. As we get going, we'll utilize that a little bit more. The heat was just way too much for them.
Yeah.
Didn't want them out in it.
No, it was not good. Get a little break here, and then I think maybe one last blast, Brent.
Might be, yeah. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun time.
Yeah. Teresa, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
And I hope that, you'll come back and see us now that you know that we're not too bad to get along with.
I might.
Okay, all right. Jody, will you be back?
Absolutely.
All right, and folks, if you are thinking about maybe making that move, getting those duties that you have around the house off your shoulders, going before winter hits, now's the time to take care of that, right, Jody?
Yes, it is. Just give me a call at 308-872-2522.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, here's the Zombies on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. It is 9:25. Now, Brent, I would like your help on this.
Okay.
So we're going to give away 2 tickets to the demo derby. I'm going to pull them up right now. It says KBBN right on the back of them, so they can get right in there. It won't cost you a thing.
Okay.
I'll get 2 of them. They were stuck together there.
Okay. All right.
I got it.
2 tickets.
I mentioned earlier what time the demo derby starts.
Oh, wow.
The date is Sunday, September 3rd. The starting time. What time does it start? The phone is ringing now at 872-2801.
Boy, that's good. That person was listening. I'm embarrassed. I don't know if I know. I know you said the time, but I can't remember.
Let's find out if this and I'm hoping this person that just called in is calling for the contest because I just assumed so.
Okay, well, we'll find out.
Oh.
And now they're gone.
Now they are not on there. Okay, that is the question. Let me hang it back up. I'm going to untwist this cord today. It's the last thing I do. What time does the demo derby start in Arcadia on Sunday?
Okay.
The number is 872-2801. What time does the demo derby start in Arcadia on Sunday? I'll give you choices.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I won't.
Someone's calling, yeah.
Maybe they got unhooked. Good morning. You're on the air. Who are we talking to?
Jeff again.
Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
What time does the demo derby start on Sunday?
2.
Oh, wow. Good job.
Way to go, Jeff. We have 2 tickets here for you for the demo derby. It should be a dandy.
All right, cool.
Thanks.
Yep.
Come pick them up. All right. Yes, Jeff was paying attention.
Yeah, Jeff, big winner today.
2 o'clock. I'd get there just a little before 2. It's sponsored by the Sons of the American Legion Squadron 251.
Oh.
Now, before we close, is there anything on your mind today that you would like to pass along to your listeners or loved ones?
Or loved ones? Tonight we're going to have volleyball action for you on KBBN 95.3 FM, KBBN.com. We'll have coverage of a volleyball triangular in Myrna for you tonight, and Summer Myrna, South Loop, and Mullen will be the teams involved. First match is scheduled for 5:30 this evening. We'll have coverage of all 3. We'll broadcast them on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. And we also plan to do a live video stream as well, accompanied by our radio call, which you can access through the Sandhills Express YouTube channel and Facebook page.
All right. Thank you, Brent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to know that I was sitting on the porch yesterday afternoon when you got home and you
I saw you. I waved, but nobody waved back.
I didn't see you when you waved. I just saw you when you were walking there. Mm-hmm. And I was going to yell out some obscenities and things at you.
Oh, but that's nice. Thanks.
As a good neighbor.
Yeah.
But Kayla was over from across the street.
Uh-huh.
And she was celebrating her 2nd birthday yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And she wanted to see the cats.
Uh-huh.
And so I didn't want to scare her, so I didn't yell at you.
Okay. Well, when I waved, nobody waved back, but I could see that you were kind of more focused in on her than your neighbor across the street.
Well, she's pretty cute.
So
she's a nice young lady.
Good. That was nice that they came over and said hi.
Yeah. Her mom's very nice, too.
Yes.
Anyway, last but not least, I wanted to send out this warning to you folks out there listening this morning.
Ooh, a warning
yes.
to end the show.
If you have a rubber duck collection, or you have some rubber ducks around the house,
okay,
and you have a dog, kind of be careful.
Ooh.
A French bulldog survived after eating 11 rubber ducks.
Oh my!
Yeah, the dog owner of the French bulldog noticed that her dog was acting kind of funny, and she noticed that some of the rubber duckies she collected were missing. So she went to the vet. They x-rayed, and it showed at least 5 ducks in the tummy of that dog.
Oh.
They went in for surgery, opened the dog up, pulled out 11 ducks.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't worry, the dog is fine. But if you have rubber ducks in your house and you have a dog, maybe especially a puppy, kind of know that they will swallow them.
Wow.
That's breakfast show advice for today.
Glad the dog's okay.
Yeah. That I think caused some blockages of some sort.
Well, Man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the warning.
Yeah,
appreciate
my pleasure.
that.
My pleasure. Talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, see ya.